Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today let me walk you through everything: foundation application, contour and highlight placement. All right, so first I'm going to use this moisturizer. This is a serum. It has a hydrating properties in it. You can use it as a moisturizer, of course, but it's a serum from Blossom Cosmetics. And today I'm doing a one-step moisturizer anyway, so I added more because I wanted my face to be hydrated. You don't want to apply foundation or anything at all on a bare skin. You want your face to be moisturized. So then I moved in with this aqua grip primer from Cosmetics. I promise you, this is one investment you should make. This aqua grip is a dupe for the elf primer. Yes, I can say that is a Nigerian brand, Cosmetics to be precise. There's a smaller version of it in case you want to, but this is the big one. So this has been rocking my boat for a while now, so I'm just going to apply it all over my face, excluding my under eye. Right, so you don't want to prime your under eye, but you can see how that gripped onto my skin. Like, look at that. I had to even do like a dance to show you that it will not move. So that's how it grips your foundation, and the rest of the product. Then I moved in with this House of Tara foundation. Obviously, that's what is going to come to play here. So yes, and then I picked it up with a beauty blender. At this point, you want to make sure that your beauty blender is damp. You don't want to apply this, if not, it's not give it this seamless blend. You want to apply this foundation with a damp beauty blender. Take note of what I said: damp, not wet. Make sure that is damp, all right, and it's not dry. So you have to use it to pat onto your skin lightly. Of course, you don't want to press in too hard. So I just had to put that at the back of my hand because I'm using a small mirror to see myself. If you have a mixing plate, you can do that, but if not, I did that. So then when you're applying your foundation, ensure that you actually cover up a particular side before you move on to the next. This will guide you to know where you need to add more and when it's okay. So yeah, then for my forehead, I moved in real quick with a small amount of foundation. You don't want too much product around there. Most of the times I even use what is left on the beauty blender to go over my forehead. You do not want that part to be busy with foundation there. Alright, so I just went ahead to do a dance because look at how this foundation is sitting pretty on my skin, like I put on honey. Alright, so I moved in with the House of Tara foundation, again a darker shade. So if you're just starting out your contour journey, you don't want to go hard on the dark shade. Maybe you can use one shade darker. Don't go too deep with the dark, so that it's easy for you to blend and it will help you to correct in case you make any kind of mistake. So I went in with something not so dark. Some days I like my contour to be darker than what it looks like on the screen right now, but some days I really like a soft, something that is just going to be soft. Yeah, so then I moved in with this concealer from V Beauty. It's this concealer, I love it so much. Is really like amazing. Nigerian brands be doing the most. I kid you not. I am so proud of my country. You guys take your flowers. In fact, the entire garden. So yes, I placed the concealer under my eyes, on my forehead, the way that I'm doing, so my chin, and then my cupid's bow. Now I just like to extend it the way that I'm doing it right now around my nose area, because sometimes we forget the inner corners of the nose that product don't really get there. So I intentionally put products around there. So tell me what I'm talking about now. All right, so I just went ahead to blend with my beauty blender, of course. So Again, beauty blender is one tool that I should have, so I just put a straight stroke on my nose to have that foundation on it, because I forgot to do it earlier. I was supposed to do that actually. Then I went in to blend the corners of my nose, my cupid's bow, and now my chin slightly. This is the part where you have to do slightly, like a very very soft part. Don't go hard with a beauty blender. Will absorb your product if you go hard, and you will not see what you're doing. So you need softly, gently blend, like your makeup depends on it, which eventually it does depend on your ability to blend properly, to cover up harsh lines and all of that. See the way that I'm blending, very 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 soft. You see, at this point you'll be looking pale, but trust the process, trust every process of it. Then I went in with this, my lip palette from iMagic. So this is a palette. I have this because I'm a makeup artist. I should have a palette. So but if you have a blush, you can just go ahead to apply your favorite blush cream. So I'm using this lipstick as a cream blush. Yes, you can actually do straight dry blush, but me, I like to do a cream blush. This step is entirely optional if you don't want to do it. Just a little bit above that my contour that I did earlier. See the way that I placed it. So I just went ahead to blend it into the contour so that everything can marinate together. You don't want to leave harsh line where we are saying nobody should see where your blush started and where it ended. So now I went in with a more brighter concealer. This step is actually very very optional, but for me, I like a very bright under eye. See, your eye is always tired, and to be very honest, you need to lift it with concealer. And now again, soft part. Okay, so this is how to section your beauty blender. So you have to section your beauty blender in a way that you use different sides for different purpose. Look at this side. The first side I use for foundation, second side for blush, third side for contour, like that. So when you want to go in with any product, just check the side that you're using, because if you use the same side for all the steps, you are going to turn yourself into a very big clown, because the dark and the red are going to be mixing with each other, and you will either become pink or pale or really messy. So you want to section your beauty blender differently. So now I went in with more concealers on my under eyes, because I noticed that it's not giving me what I want. But you can actually skip this part if you're not interested in a bright under eyes. Me, I love it so much. In fact, it's my favorite part of makeup. So there's no day that I usually don't do this two-step foundation, but you can do one step. That first concealer that I use is just okay. So I ran out of the Tara powder that I used to use, and I have to use this one. It works as well. So I use this products from Beckham by Ageless to set. So I use the very bright colors on this palette to set my concealer with a smaller brush, to pick up that product, to set my concealer. So for any cream products that you apply, please look for a powder product of that same shade to set it. If not, you're going to crease and you're going to look really really funny. So you have to set it in place. All right, so then I went over with my powder shade all over my face, the way that I'm doing. So all over. Do not be afraid to say, oh, I don't want the blush and this thing to scatter. No, it will not scatter anything. So I use these dark powders on the same palette to go over my contour. The same places that I cream contoured, I would powder contour it as well. So if you use a bright concealer for a particular highlight point, make sure you use a bright powder for that point as well. You see the way I'm doing it, I'm swirling it in a way that I'm not swiping it. So I'm swirling, rounding in a circular motion with my brush. So you don't want to swipe. If not, you are going to swipe off all the products. So I'm just swirling sort of to place it onto my skin the way that I'm doing. So you see that, very very straight to the point. So I went ahead, see, if you have gotten to this point, you have done a very good job. Just go ahead and put your eyebrows, put your eyeshadow and your lipstick, and you'll be good to go. So for this particular day, I just did something really minimalistic. I didn't even bother to do too much. So I used a David's pencil to just trace my eyebrows the way that I'm doing, the way that I are, naturally, just something to, just lift my face, because to be very honest, I've done 70% of the work here. So I might as well just do whatever I can with the rest of the processes. So I just went ahead to sort of just highlight it. Let's say highlight, not highlight, I don't even use concealer on this particular day. So what I just neatly followed my natural hair the way that I am doing. So if at this point you have not liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. I don't know why I always forget to say that, but I just wanted to please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not look at that. So this is the finished look. So this, even for days that you are not really doing something serious, it kind of just look at that, very straight to the point, something really, this is like your everyday kind of look. This would take you less than 10 minutes, I promise you, because I'm teaching that it took this amount of time. So if you have not liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're not, comment below what's your favorite part and what did you learn new today. Let me know down in the comments. I love you. Bye.